Hello students, Miss Lockhart here. Let's finish our 3D shapes and turn it into a collage this week. I'm going to be using black paper for my background, and you can use any color paper you want for your background. You will need scissors and a glue stick or liquid school glue. So I'm going to first start by cutting out my finished 3D shapes that I drew with you last week. If you haven't finished your shapes, you can always cut those marks off right now. So go ahead and cut out all of your shapes. I rotate my paper a lot whenever I cut, and I try to only make small cuts when I'm trying to get tight angles or curves. So you can take your time cutting and really practice moving your paper around and leaving your scissors in the same direction. It does help. Okay, everybody. Well, finish cutting out your shapes, and then go ahead and put your scraps in the trash or recycling, and then get your background paper ready so we can go ahead and have fun designing our collage. Now that it's all cut out, I'm going to be gluing it on this black paper. Now I chose black so it would have a high contrast to those light colors that I use. The colorful construction paper will be nice and bright and vibrant on top of that black background. But like I said before, you can use any color construction paper or even white paper if you would like. I'm having fun arranging my shapes in different ways to stack them on top of each other and come up with different designs. Notice that all of the light sides of my shapes, where I highlighted it and where the light source is closest to, is on the left still. So you want to keep the shapes in that direction to where the light side is on the left and the dark side is on the right. And you can arrange your shapes however you want besides that. And I'm trying all kinds of different fun things here. It sure does look neat because now these 3D shapes have form and look 3D. So have fun arranging them, and then you can start to glue them down once you've decided. Now you will see, and you did see my sample, that I end up actually gluing them all vertically, one on top of the other, just because I liked the effect of it being so tall. But you can do whatever you would like. And if you really like your shapes, you can add to it with a crayon or oil pastel and draw after you glue. You can add fun details and things. Okay, so keep playing around until you're happy with your design, and then you can go ahead and start to glue. If you are using liquid school glue instead of a glue stick, just be sure that you don't use too much glue. Dot, dot, not a lot. And on those dots, go ahead and spread them out a little bit with the end of the glue bottle so that they're not puddles and they're more flat. That way you won't see the little texture on the other side of the paper when it's done. Okay, cannot wait to see what designs you come up with, everybody. And you'll see in just a moment, I'm gonna start to glue mine down and actually cut my background paper in half so that it's tall or vertical. If you are going to do the same, you are going to need to fold your paper in half vertically. But first, let's take those shapes off. So, my paper is tall or vertical, and I'm going to fold it in half and meet the corners and press down. Then I'll know where to cut. So I'm going to cut this fold line, and then I'll start to stack my shapes. Okay, I think I have about chosen my design. I might move it around a little bit more. And I'm going to overlap the two pieces of black long paper and glue them down first so that I have my background paper ready. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm using my glue stick. And I'm gonna fill in about 2 inches of space. Now remember, you can be designing your shapes and gluing them on a regular shaped piece of paper that does not need to be cut long like this. This is just a fun way I decided to do it. And you're welcome to follow along or come up with your own creative idea. And now I'm going to glue down the largest shape at the bottom, which is my cube. And I want to make sure that the light side is on the left and the dark side of the gradient is on the right. Now with a glue stick, you do want to cover the back of the whole shape. With the liquid school glue, you just do a few dots around the perimeter and sort of flatten them with the tip of the glue. Okay, and I just glued my cylinder. I love shading in the cylinder. I hope you enjoyed that fun task as well. And next is the cone. Need to add a little more glue, and that is something you should note as well. After you glue, you might see that some of the sides of the paper is still coming up some, like a little flap didn't get glued all the way. So be sure to add some extra glue there if that happens, so it looks really nice and so the pieces don't fall off. Okay, there is my sphere. And now for the pyramid. Great. I think that's it for all of our shapes. Now you can add fun details with a crayon or oil pastels if you would like, or you can just leave it like this and you've made a really awesome collage with some really cool 3D shapes and learned all about form. So also you noticed I just cut off the top because there was a little extra space. So you can do something fun, and I cannot wait to see what you make. Don't forget to submit your finished art to me within Schoology. Thanks everybody.